CharlieIntel just posted a very nice summary on everything that we saw at the Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2v2 Gunfight reveal, and I want to go through that list with you guys right now. Let's do this. Hello and welcome everyone, Amedeo602 here, and if you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing and ringing the notification bell so you don't miss updates. I post Call of Duty tips, tricks, tactics, as well as the occasional news tidbits. So go ahead and just make sure you're subscribed to the channel right now so you don't miss anything in the future. With that out of the way, wow. Modern Warfare multiplayer, we've seen it now, folks, we've seen it. Woo! Cue the applause. We got to see a few of the privileged elite Call of Duty players playing an early version of a mode called Gunfight. Gunfight is a little bit reminiscent of a mode from Modern Warfare 3 called Face Off, only because of the number of players. For anyone who didn't play Modern Warfare 3, in Face Off mode it was a 1v1, a 2v2, or a 3v3 match. Face Off mode, as far as I'm concerned, had a few shortcomings. The first and biggest is that people just camped. The maps were way too big, and the gameplay was too slow for my personal preference. I played a little bit of Face Off back in the day. I was not a huge fan. This looks a lot different than Face Off. That's really where the similarities end right there. The way the Gunfight mode works is it's a 2v2 mode, like I've said about 10 times now. What you get on this is you get no minimap, first of all. In the version they showed on the stream, you also did not have Create a Class. I was a little bit, surprised, confused, really bewildered by this, why a multiplayer mode wouldn't have Create a Class. I would hope that when the game is released, Create a Class would be available in Gunfight, but I don't know, maybe not. Everyone who's played the game early says that theirs was also randomized and everyone just got sort of the same loadout. If it's random, I guess I'll live with it. It still looks like a fun mode. I don't see that as a showstopper. I would prefer to use Create a Class, but I don't know, we'll see. So moving on, just kind of a description of the game mode. It's a 2v2, sort of a team deathmatch feel, but it's also, you only get one life. So it's almost like a search and destroy without the bomb. And when players get hit, they actually don't regenerate any health. And at the top of the screen, you can see the health for the entire team. And of course, it starts at 200, 200. And as players take damage, you can watch that tick down. The reason that's significant is that if you put a couple shots into an enemy, but the enemy manages to kill you, at least your teammate has a chance because that enemy usually is not going to be able to heal. Now, just to keep the game mode fun and fast-paced, what they've done is they've also added a timer. And at the end of the timer, what happens is an objective appears somewhere on the map, typically in the center of the map, at least from what we've seen so far. When that objective appears, either team can walk up to the objective and capture it, which seems to take about 3 seconds, or you can hunt down the other team, and again, it's team deathmatch, and as soon as the other side is dead, game's over and you win. If neither side captures the objective within a certain amount of time, then the round ends, and the winner is the team with the most combined health. If the teams both have the same amount of health, then the round ends in a draw. We got to see 3 different Gunfight maps yesterday. The first map is called King, and it takes place inside of a large warehouse. King looked like a fantastic map, probably my favorite out of the 3. And the reason I liked King so much is that it looked like it was a very small map, but not too small. The problem that I had with Face Off, like I said before, was that the maps were just way too big and there was way too much camping. It was hard to find anyone and you were just running around in half the games looking for people. That's definitely not the case with Gunfight. Our second map was a map called Stack. In Stack there was a large container crate in the middle of the map and that's where the objective was stored. There were also nice flank routes on either side. You really only had 3 choices, left, right, middle. Stack looked like it was a pretty good map with some nice head glitches and some nice spots, and I look forward to playing that one as well. The third and final map that we saw was a map called Pine, and of the 3, Pine appeared to me to be the most campy. I'm not a big fan of maps that encourage you to camp in the back, and it could be because the players had just gotten their first LMG, it could be because they wanted to mount up, maybe they were just really sweaty and trying to win, I don't know. But if on the multiplayer Gunfight reveal we see players camping in this map, it's too big. I think this map could use a little bit of a tweak. Again, I've not played any of these maps, I'm just going based off of the stream that we got to see. As far as the weapons are concerned, like I said, everyone just got random loadouts, so we didn't get to see anywhere near all the weapons in this game, but we did get to see a nice selection. For the assault rifles, we got to see the FR556, the AUG, the M4A1, and the L86A1. Now, a lot of these ARs are staples to Call of Duty, and really, in my opinion, as far as assault rifles are concerned in a Call of Duty game, you need the following. You need a nice, average, all-around, easy-to-use gun that has no real strong strengths or weaknesses, such as the ICR from Black Ops 4. I also really like to see at least one 3 or 4 round burst gun in the game. I really like the burst weapons. I really hope that they're strong, but again, they've got to be balanced. I like to see at least 1 or 2 semi-automatic, high-damage marksman type or tactical type rifles. I also like to see a rifle with a really fast fire rate that maybe has a little bit better handling characteristics than the others, such as the Vapor from Black Ops 4. I was a little bit disappointed to see that there were only 2 SMGs, the MP5 and the MP7. Both of these are great SMGs, but I really would have liked to see 3 or 4 SMGs. For the SMGs, you definitely need a very fast-firing bullet hose like the Spitfire. I'm also a fan of the 3-round burst SMGs like the Daemon in Black Ops 4, or the Chicom in... Ooh, what was that, Black Ops 2? Yeah, that was in Black Ops 2. For the SMGs, you also want an SMG that's capable of a little bit longer range than the other ones, like the MTAR from Ghosts, or maybe the GKS from Black Ops 4. I also like to have an SMG that's just meant to hip fire. To me, that would be kind of like the SOG in Black Ops 4. It's got a really fast fire rate, it's got a nice hip fire spread, it's got enough ammo, and it's just all around fun to play with. Maybe even dual wield it from time to time. As for the shotguns, we got to see 2 shotguns, the Model 680 and the 725. My all-time favorite shotgun in Call of Duty was the KSG from Black Ops 2. And really all the shotguns in Black Ops 2 were just absolutely amazing weapons. Hopefully the other Black Ops 2 style shotguns return. I'd like to see a Remington 870 type pump action shotgun. I'd also like to see a semi-automatic, faster firing but lower damage shotgun. But again, these need to be balanced and they need to play well. Probably my second favorite shotgun of all time was the Striker from Modern Warfare 3. Man, that thing was a beast. Leave it down in the comments below. Did you ever get to play with the Striker in Modern Warfare 3? For the LMGs, we got to see the M91. And with the LMGs, it looks like you're going to be able to mount them again, and I think that's good for objective game modes like Domination. I'm not usually a big fan of just sitting in the back with a mounted LMG, but some people seem to enjoy it. Like anything else though, it's got to be balanced appropriately, and as long as there's enough of a mobility penalty for mounting your LMG, then I'm okay with that. Double kill. The snipers looked absolutely out of this world. We had the AX-50 and the M14, and maybe it's just because I was watching Courage's stream, and at the beginning of that stream he actually took out the enemy team with a sniper rifle, but it looks like sniping is back, guys. So, I don't know, that makes me a little nervous, honestly, but I don't know, we'll see. I've been practicing lots of sniping in Blackout lately, so we'll see. Maybe I'll pick up a sniper every now and then, and it seems like in Gunfight, or Face Off 2.0 here, we're going to kind of be forced to use the snipers from time to time, so I'm going to need to keep practicing to up my game. For the pistols, we got to see the M19 and the Desert Eagle. Whew, that Desert Eagle. I cannot wait to get my hands on the Desert Eagle. Headshot. The M19, that's kind of a normal, 10 to 15 round, standard damage kind of Call of Duty pistol. I'm not at all excited about that. I don't see how anyone could be at this point, but a Deagle? Whew. Deagle, come to Papa. We also got to see the RPG-7 grenade launcher. Not a whole lot to comment on there, it's just a grenade launcher. Probably the biggest concern that I had going into Call of Duty Modern Warfare's multiplayer reveal was specialists. I didn't see any specialists. I believe specialists are not going to be in the game this year. I don't know if that's been confirmed at this point, but it seems highly unlikely that they'll be in the game, and that's a good thing. I'm not a fan of specialists, and I'm also not a fan of equipment spam. And unfortunately, I thought that there was a bit too much equipment spam in Gunfight. Every round you spawn with both a tactical and a lethal piece of equipment. And there were a lot of rounds where the equipment actually controlled who won the round. You've got a stun grenade, you've got a flash grenade for your tacticals, and those are normal Call of Duty staples, but they're so strong in a mode like this. You also have the stim, which is a way to heal your character. Now the stim, I could see if Create a Class comes into Gunfight that the stim would maybe be everyone's go-to, so it'll be interesting to see how the meta plays. I'm okay with it being in there if we have randomized classes. For the lethals, we saw the Semtex, or the sticky grenade. No surprise there. Also, no surprise that we got the Molotov, the throwing knife, the frag grenade. These are all things that have been in most Call of Duty games for many, many years, and I don't think any of us were surprised to see them. We also have the return of the Claymore, which I think it's a wonderful piece of nostalgia, but man, is it frustrating to die to a Claymore. I really hope you'll be able to see the red lines, the red lasers I think they're supposed to be protruding from the front of them. Otherwise, the Claymore is going to be a very, very frustrating piece of equipment to play against. The proximity mine. Now, I'm going through this list from CharlieIntel, and I didn't notice the proximity mine, so I'm not sure if that was something that maybe I just missed because, well, I was paying too much attention to other things or whatever, but it says here that there is a proximity mine. As for the attachments, we got to see a laser sight, which is another Call of Duty staple. We got to see the muzzle brake, which in past Call of Duty titles has been like an extended barrel where it'll increase your range, so that's good to have. We saw an extended magazine, a reflex sight, a holographic sight, a vertical foregrip, a scout combat optic. Again, these are all very much Call of Duty staples. This list on CharlieIntel also has a compensator. I'm not exactly sure what that is, but it says it's in the game, so I don't know what that is. There's also an angled there's a typo on the CharlieIntel website. It says angled foregripe. So we've got a foregripe. Oh, I shouldn't pick on CharlieIntel. Shout out to CharlieIntel, by the way. Follow them on Twitter. Watch the website. Fantastic source of Call of Duty news. They cover a lot more stuff than I do. That's kind of their specialty. But so the angled foregrip and a bipod, I believe that's specific to let you mount your gun. One thing I don't see on this list is a suppressor, or some games might call it a silencer. I would really, really be very, very sad if we don't have a suppressor of some sort in this game. Now, it could just be that the suppressor is not in Gunfight. I'm okay with that. I'm not sure that I would like to see a suppressor in Gunfight since there's no minimap at all, but I do feel like that's a glaring omission from this list, and I would like to see that in regular multiplayer. We also have a list of what's called weapon modifications. So a weapon modification, as far as I can tell, again, we don't have a whole lot of official word on any of this, is just something you can change on your gun that's not necessarily an attachment. I don't know, maybe this is a throwback to the old leveling up your weapons and weapon perks that you could add in addition to attachments. I don't know. If anyone knows or maybe has a link to a video with weapon modifications, please leave it down in the comments below and tag me because I have no idea what these are. But I am going to read through the list real quick. Long slide, short stock, sawed off, I'm guessing sawed off is for shotguns, long barrel, custom foregrip, heavy stock, lightweight stock, and fast up. Fast up sounds like a quick draw type of attachment, but again, I'm not exactly sure what this is. We also got to see two factions. We saw the Coalition and the Allegiance. I'm not sure exactly who they are or what they mean at this point, but I'm sure it's tied in with the campaign. My initial impressions on Gunfight is that it looks like it's a really fun mode. I cannot wait to play it with you guys. If you want to play the Gunfight mode with me when Call of Duty Modern Warfare releases on October 25th, then all you need to do is subscribe to the channel, ring the notification bell, and join the Amedeo602 PS4 Community, where I invite my community to all of my streams. If you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to leave a like, and I'll talk to you next time.
Not one.
I'm gonna push.
They're flashed.
Got one down.
You got him though, you got him, you got him.
Good game, fellas.